Chapter 1. Rebirth as Naruto Uzumaki. After my death from a lightning strike, my soul is drifting in a white space. Then suddenly a voice called me in my head. The unknown entity said, "Hello, boy." He asked confused, "Hello, who is there?" The voice responded again, "You can call me God if it works for you." Curiously, he asked, "God, why am I here?" God is amused but replies, "Nonetheless, hahaha, because you died, boy." I was confused, so I questioned, "Don't tell me, you killed me by a careless mistake." God said, "I sneezed in the wrong direction, and you died." It made the soul confused as he clearly remembered that he died due to lightning. He questioned again, "But I was hit by a bolt of lightning if memory serves." God sounded guilty while replying, "My sneeze produced a little lightning, and you died from it. It directly struck on your head." He asked, "So am I going to heaven, my God?" God replied, "Nope. You died too early. But I am surprised you didn't ask for your rebirth." He replied, "It is too much work. Many people want to reincarnate. But it's not guaranteed to live a king's life or have a considerable harem." God replied in a happy tone, "Yeah, that's true. Many people wish to live that kind of life. Yet, they have to work for it. It's like a talent, and they only have to use it to its full potential." Yet, he has other plans. So he said, "But I don't want it. I would like to go to heaven and sleep on an angel's lap." God said to him, "Boy, I told you. You died an unnatural death, and you are not supposed to die. You were supposed to live for 109 years, but you died at the age of 25. So I can't send you outside the reincarnation cycle." The soul said, "So where am I going after this talk?" God replied, "Except your old world, any world you desire, and to make up for my mistake, I grant you an ultimate system that has everything from different powers to summons from the anime, and 3 wishes of your choice, but don't ask for something like true immortality or godhood. Understood?" I said, "Fine by me. I don't want true immortality or godhood anyway. For my rebirth, I want to reincarnate as Naruto in an alternate version of Narutoverse in which Naruto dies before his graduation. Thanks for the system. For my first wish, I would love to have the full guild of Ainz Ooal Gown with its underground tomb, except their guild members, and I should have full control over it and its servants." God in a happy tone said, "Granted." He thought, so simple. The soul spoke again, "I should be able to use magic, chakra, kai, and haki or any form of power." God replied, "Granted." He thought, basic stuff. Soul thought for a moment and said, "Last wish, I want all the knowledge of ninjutsu and the power and equipment of Momonga." God's voice sounded from all directions, "I can grant you the full knowledge of Fuinjutsu and its advanced version, and even all the equipment of Momonga, but I have to seal half of the power of Momonga until you graduate from the academy." I replied, "Fine by me." God said, "Your wish has been granted and you got an ultimate system. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Why do you want to reincarnate as Naruto?" I replied, "I always thought Naruto never got fully justified in his life in anime. The people of Konoha hated him when he was a little boy, and started to adore him after he saved them. What if Naruto was a little different? Different from the canon. Not revengeful, and especially not an attention-seeking person. Never cared about Sasuke when he left the village and many other things. He has a lot of goodness in his heart in the canon, which is often taken as an advantage by other people. Which I don't like, and the reaction of other people toward Naruto, I just can't swallow it." God said, "Good luck, my boy. My blessings are with you." I replied, "Thanks, my God." With the white light, he was gone from the white space. Somewhere far in a distant universe. Inside a prosperous village, a small boy is waking up in the hospital. Me? Why am I in the hospital in the first place? Nurse? Oh, you are awake. I am going to inform the doctor and Hokage. He thought in his mind, I am already in Naruto's body, or more accurately, this is my body from now. Oh, what are these memories? Looks like he died after he fell from a tree. After falling from a tree upside down, he has a major injury to his head. But no one took immediate action to help him, that's why he died. After some time, the doctor and Hokage arrived to meet the new Naruto. The third Hokage inquired about his condition. "Naruto, my boy. How are you?" Naruto said, "I am not feeling well because of that clone jutsu." The third Hokage said, "Clone jutsu, how can that be?" Naruto replied, "I mastered other academy jutsu except clone jutsu. I practiced clone jutsu until I exhausted my whole chakra. Then I felt some dizziness in my head and fell from the tree. You should teach me some other clone jutsu like earth clone, water clone, shadow clone, tree clone, air clone, cloud clone, etc." The third Hokage was amused and said, "I will see about that after you get discharged from the hospital. By the way, there's no tree, air, or cloud clone. From where have you heard about shadow clone? I am pretty sure teachers don't teach about it in the Konoha Academy." Naruto replied, "I heard it from some Chunin and Jonin when I was eavesdropping on them. Ha 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 ha. Pretty cool, ha. I can sneak on the Chunin and Jounin sometime, ha ha ha." The third Hokage said, "Okay Naruto, I will see about your clone jutsu after you get discharged from the hospital." Naruto happily said, "You promised, Gigi." The third Hokage assured him, "You're sure, but let me tell you, it is forbidden to teach shadow clones." But he thought in his mind, now he can back off and I can teach him either water clone or earth clone. Naruto, with a smiling face, said, "I will learn all the other 3 clone jutsu better than clone jutsu, that's a promise." Naruto directly looks into the eye of the third Hokage. The third Hokage said, "If you learn earth and water clone jutsu, then I will teach you the shadow clone jutsu. That's fine with you." His thought was thoroughly different in his mind. Oh crap, why I am stuck with shadow clone jutsu. There is no way Naruto can master shadow clones now, but he can master earth and water clones with a little difficulty. Naruto said, "Yeah, fine. But don't forget about your promise, Gigi." The third Hokage looked at the doctor and questioned, "Doctor, when can you discharge Naruto?" The doctor replied, "He is perfectly fine, but for the full assurance we have to keep him for another day. Tomorrow we can discharge him from the Konoha hospital." Hokage said in a normal tone, "That's for the best. Rest for a day, Naruto. Tomorrow we can talk about other things." Hokage said goodbye to Naruto and left the hospital. No one can see it, but a maelstrom has already arrived in Konoha. Chapter 2. Little Naruto. Naruto gets discharged from the hospital. Hokage has arranged a house for Naruto after he was thrown out of the orphanage at the age of 6. After he came back from the hospital, he cleaned his house and threw out the empty or expired canes of ramen. After cleaning and adjusting his house, he left to meet Hokage. The secretary said to Naruto, "Lord Third is waiting for you. So no need to ask for permission." Naruto said, "Thank you, Miss Secretary. You look beautiful." He thought, she is one of the few people who doesn't see me as a container and doesn't fear and hate me for that. At least I can compliment her a little. The secretary happily replied, "No problem, Naruto." She thought, it feels good when someone says that I look beautiful. Naruto enters the Hokage office and greets Lord Third. Naruto greets the third Hokage, "Yojiji. I hope you still remember our deal." Hokage said to him, "I remember our deal, little Naruto. Let's talk about it in my private training ground." In his mind, he thought, little Naruto saved me from the considerable paperwork. Thank God, I am so happy for making a deal with him. The god in a certain universe sneezed, but this time in the right direction. Naruto replied, "I am not little. I am 11 years old." But in his thoughts, crap, I am 11 years old in this world, but mentally I am an adult. This sucks, and the worst part of it is that I asked for it. It is very difficult to act like a child. Being a child is not an adult's business. Anyway, let me enjoy my childhood again. Hokage said to him, "I know, little Naruto, let's go." Hokage puts a hand on the shoulder of a pouting Naruto, which he finds adorable, and shunts him away to his private training ground. Hokage in a strict tone said, "Naruto, at first, I will demonstrate a series of hand seals for you, and with it, I will perform a jutsu called Earth Clone Jutsu. Don't worry if you don't get it on your first try." Third, Hokage performs a series of hand seals, and from the earth, an exact copy of Hiruzen comes to life. It is made from the earth's elements. Naruto tries the exact hand seals, and he couldn't make a good earth clone until his 5th attempt. He successfully made 5 clones on his 5th attempt. Hiruzen's jaw dropped by how easily Naruto performed the earth clone jutsu. Hiruzen gave a satisfied nod and said, "Well done, little Naruto. You produced a satisfactory result." But in his mind, he is proud. This proves that he is the son of Minato and Kushina. Total nature freaks like them. Chunin level jutsu in a 5th try, that's why it is very difficult for him to produce a simple clone jutsu. I shouldn't compliment him too much, otherwise, it will stop his growth. Naruto asked, "Why is it not in the academy? I would have passed with it in no time." He thought, look at the face of the third Hokage, I surprised him too much. But it's safe, considering he knows about my large reserves in 9-tailed chakras. I will not show it in the academy. It will gain too much attention. Hokage said in response, "Little Naruto, if you were able to learn this water clone jutsu, I will teach you shadow clone." He performs the hand seals, and from nearby water, a water clone of Hiruzen appears. Naruto tries to mimic the same hand seals. After his 7th attempt, he produces 10 water clones. Hiruzen was surprised, but, unlike before, he is now ready for new surprises. Hokage said in a surprised tone, "Good, you are an exceptional boy." Naruto said in an excited tone, "Now I can learn the shadow clone jutsu." Hooray. Naruto thought, that's what I have been waiting for from the beginning. I would rather not wait for the Mizuki and his plans against me to learn shadow clone. It will consume a lot of time. Now I can focus on other things after learning Naruto's trademark jutsu. Hokage sighed but replied in a grandfatherly tone, "A promise is a promise. So here is your shadow clone jutsu." Hokage performs a plus hand seal, and in the cloud of smoke, the copy of the third Hokage appears. Naruto already knows the hand seal from his previous life, but he needs someone to know that he learned it from someone. He performs the hand seal, and in a cloud of smoke, 50 Naruto stands in front of 2 Hokage. Hiruzen eyes wide open with surprise. Hokage said in a little surprised tone, "Amazing little Naruto, or should I say an army of little Naruto." All little Naruto pouts together. Quite adorable according to the third Hokage. He just smiles after thinking about the future of Naruto. Hokage asked him, do you want to learn something else? He thought, I just remembered about my pending paperwork. Say yes, Naruto. If he says no, then I will treat him to ramen. It will hit my wallet, but it will keep me away from my lifelong archenemy. Damn paperworks. Naruto thought for a moment, then replied, I'd like to have a spar with you. I want to improve my fighting style by a large margin. I always lose to Sasuke and it doesn't feel good. Hiruzen was surprised by Naruto's determination to improve himself. So he nodded his head and gave him confirmation. They fought, and Naruto was beaten badly by Hiruzen in every area of Taijutsu. He corrected every flaw of his Taijutsu and gave him some tips. Then they sparred for another 30 minutes with his improved version, and he was satisfied with it. Hokage asked in a questioning tone, Naruto, who looks after your Taijutsu class? There are countless flaws which are supposed to be corrected by your instructor. Naruto said, mostly it is seen by Mizuki-sensei and Iruka-sensei, but mostly Mizuki-sensei is available in the Taijutsu class. Iruka-sensei mostly corrects my flaws, but he is not available all the time. A sly expression appears in his mind, and he thinks, now I set up things against Mizuki. Now you will pay for messing with me, Mizuki. Hokage thought about something but said, one more thing, Naruto always uses your head during battle. Don't rush things and go according to the pace or rhythm of the battle. Inside his mind, Hiruzen thought, I have to put a secret investigation on Mizuki. He is not supposed to mess with students' progress. Naruto nodded his head and said, okay Jiji. I will use my head in the battle. He thought, definitely it will benefit me to survive against Orochimaru, Pain, and Madara. Hokage said, little Naruto, you did well today. So I am thinking of giving you the treat of ramen to show my appreciation. He suddenly remembered his considerable appetite and thought, my wallet. Naruto said, yes, let's go. He remembered someone in his mind, I just remembered Daniel Bryan. Hokage and Naruto walked to the Ichiraku ramen. Tuchi and Aim saw Naruto, and they knew it was their golden hour for their business. Tuchi happily said, Lord Hokage and Naruto are #1 customer, welcome to the Ichiraku ramen. Aim followed his father and said, welcome Hokage-sama and Naruto-kun. Hokage sighed but said the golden words, hello, whatever Naruto eats is on me today. But he is sobbing internally for his wallet. Naruto greeted both of them, you Tuchi Jiji and Aim Ni-chan. I will start with 3 bowls of miso ramen. He is thinking, ramen. Yeah, that's right. Only about ramen. Aim said with a smile, right on the way. By the time Naruto finished it was 10 bowls of miso ramen, 4 bowls of pork ramen with vegetables, and another 7 bowls of another ramen. He ate almost 21 bowls of ramen as his one-time meal. Hiruzen pocket money is half by the Naruto's meal alone. Hiruzen says goodbye after the meal. Tuchi and Aim were so happy that they gave a discount coupon to Naruto. Today is the day, our little maelstrom of Konoha had devoured half of Hokage's pocket money, whatever he brought in his purse, I mean. Tomorrow Naruto has to go to Ninja Academy. Maelstrom is coming to the academy with a few bigger surprises. Chapter 3. Jane and Naruto. Naruto reaches his home, and the installation of the ultimate system has already been finished by that time. The system has been fully installed. Stats. Name equals Naruto Uzumaki, current. Bloodline equals, Uzumaki bloodline equals 41% dormant. Title equals reincarnation of a Sir. Ainz Ooal Gown guild owner. Child of prophecy. Stats. Level 10, Momonga's level excluded and sealed. Health equals 20. Stamina equals 46. Chakra equals 150 Uzumaki bloodline. 9-tail chakra equals 10,000. Intellect equals 30. Wisdom equals 15. Agility equals 18. Strength equals 17. Chakra control equals 15. Magic equals 50,000, 65% sealed. Naruto said, damn, so much power, but it is sealed. My agility and strength are low. I have to work on that area so I can improve it. I got magic because of Momonga. Now behind me, there are many loyal subordinates. There is no equal to them in this whole world. Let's check my skills. Skills. Momonga's all-known active and passive spells equals 718 spells. Substitution Jutsu. Transformation Jutsu. Sexy Jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Earth Clone Jutsu. Water Clone Jutsu. Naruto muttered, Momonga's power is making me overpowered. That is why it is sealed more than 60%. The host body is unable to withstand the full powers of Momonga until he becomes 12 years old. Naruto called his system, System, can I give you a name? I feel awkward whenever I call you a system. Host can rename the ultimate system. Naruto said, from today onwards, I will call you Jane if it is okay with you. Can you change your robotic voice to a cute and sexy girl's voice? Affirmative host. Naruto hears a girl's voice. Naruto replied to the system, thanks Jane for your support and care. It is my job, host. Naruto thought about something and said, host word is irritating my ears, so could you also change that. What would you like to be called? Naruto replied, Naruto or Master. Pick up the best one you like to call me in the future. Master Naruto will sound great. Naruto said, it sounds great and feels important. You can keep calling me that instead of host. Any mission for me. The screen changed from the stats to the mission tab. Mission. Learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu before joining a Genin team. Rewards. XP equals 2000, small sword, 50 explosive tag. Status equals completed. Learn the other clone jutsu. Rewards. XP equals 500, 10 kunai, 10 shuriken. Naruto asks, Jane, do I have an inventory? Yes, Master Naruto. Naruto happily said, that's pretty cool. Hey, do I also have a starter pack? Yes, you have a starter pack. Naruto said, open my starter pack. Being 10 sets of new clothes, a multiple summoning animal ticket, a magical musical headset with never-ending your favorite song. 10000 shop points. Full bloodline awakening pill. Naruto happily said, jackpot, now I can wear other than my orange jumpsuit. I will use the multiple summoning ticket later, but for now, I would love to use the bloodline awakening pill. Naruto takes the pill from his inventory and swallows it with the help of water. Naruto feels slow changes in his body, which is increasing with every passing second. Pain starts to emerge from his muscles, nerves, brain, and bones. Naruto puts a cloth in his mouth, so his screams will not reach outside of his house. After 15 minutes, the painful procedure stopped and he slept like that on his floor. In the morning he opened his eyes at 5 o'clock. He looked at himself in the mirror and saw some red hair in front of his head, and the middle red hair was mixed with golden hair. Bloodline awakened 100%. The system informed Naruto about his accomplishments. Naruto took his early bath and he changed his clothes. He wears the new clothes which is in his inventory. He threw away his old clothes and bought different clothes from his system for a larger variety of clothing in his collection. Suddenly a screen appeared in front of his eyes. Being daily quest run around Konoha and complete one lap every day for 150 days. Rewards 20 stat points. Being on time for academy till graduation. Rewards. Full control slave seal creation skill, reputation among classmates and teachers will increase by 20%. Ding. Perform clone jutsu successfully, which is the bane of your life, and graduate in the graduation exam. Rewards sword master, XP equals 350. Naruto purchased a tracksuit like his old one, but it was in black and red. Naruto started running across Konoha. An adult person in a green tracksuit said, hello, my new youthful companion. The younger green counterpart of the adult greeted afterward, Yosh. Naruto looked to his sides to see Might Guy and Rock Lee. Naruto greeted both of them, hello there. Are you the green beast of Konoha? But he thought about something immediately, oh fuck, I am going to meet them every day. I don't want to hear about youth every day. Might Guy replied, you are a pretty knowledgeable kid. I can see your youth is blooming in the right direction. Lee asked a question, are you an academy student? Naruto replied, I am an academy student, this is supposed to be my last year. So I am giving everything in my training to prepare for the future. Guy looks impressed and says, Lee, we should learn from your junior classmate. Let's do 500 laps around the village. Let's go. Lee. Yosh Guy sensei. They sprinted like crazy horses and became invisible from his sight. Naruto looked at their departure and said to himself, I felt like a side character just now. Naruto finished his lap, took a bath, and prepared his breakfast. After eating his breakfast he moved in the direction of Konoha Academy. Naruto reached the Konoha Academy pretty early, and he sat on the last bench of his class. Shikamaru was also pretty early for his class after being chased out by his mother from his house. Shikamaru saw Naruto, but didn't recognize him due to his recent changes, so he asked, are you new in this class? You are quite early for a new guy. Naruto replied, yeah, I am pretty early for everything, what about you? Shikamaru lazily replied, I was chased out by my mother for not waking up on time. Naruto decided to humor Shikamaru, so he said, you look like a Nara with that pineapple spike on your head. Shikamaru replied, because I am a Nara, and it is troublesome to explain. Naruto asked, can you explain something else? Shikamaru replied, ask, anyway I will explain it if it is not troublesome. Naruto asked a question, a person with a large reserve is trying to do a low-level jutsu with below-average chakra control. How is he supposed to do it to make some progress in that jutsu? Shikamaru answered, well, if I were in his place I would have tried the jutsu when almost very little chakra is left in me. Or I would put chakra suppression seals if I had large reserves. Or maybe I would have tried a one-handed seal with little chakra as much as possible. The best one I would find is chakra control exercises for large reserves, so as not to be in the same situation again. Naruto said, thanks Shikamaru. Shikamaru looked at Naruto and said, I didn't tell you my name, how come you know my name? Naruto slyly said, well that's a secret. He thought, I will prank the whole class today, hahaha. Shikamaru couldn't recognize him because of his new clothes and new hair color. Chapter 4. Sexy Harem Jutsu and Reverse. After a small talk with Naruto, Shikamaru became busy in his dream world. Slowly class is occupied by students, and everyone is wondering who is this new boy with a hybrid color of golden and red. It is overpowering his look that they fail to notice his small whisker marks, which look like they can fade from his face anytime. Now he almost looks similar to Chibi Minato. Ino and Sakura are shouting at each other to sit near Sasuke. After some time they are settled down by Iruka. Even he was surprised by the appearance of so many old students with his new looks. Ino asked Shikamaru about this new guy in their class and his info. Shikamaru muttered something about a troublesome woman in blonde color and went back to rest. Iruka started his class with attendance. Iruka called, Ino. Ino answered, present. Iruka called, Kiba. Kiba answered, present Iruka-sensei. Iruka called, Shino. Shino replied, but. Iruka said, I will take that as a present. Hinata. Hinata answered, P.press. Enter. Ruu.kka. Sensei. Iruka called, okay, Sakura. Sakura answered, present sensei. Boo, she is thinking, Sasuke-kun. Iruka took some random names after that. Iruka called, Sasuke. Many girls start to stare in Sasuke's direction, especially Ino and Sakura. Sasuke said, HNNN. Iruka asked, Naruto. Before Naruto could answer his attendance, Kiba answered in his place. Kiba said, Sensei, maybe he is still in the hospital after he fell from that tree. Sakura interrupted, and he wants to compete with Sasuke-kun. Ino in an agitated voice said, Sakura, don't scream, you big forehead, others have ears, you know. Sakura angrily said, oh shut up, Ino pig. Naruto answered, present Iruka-sensei. Iruka looked at Naruto and said, it is not your turn, it is Naruto's turn. Naruto stood up from his bench and started to walk towards the door. His move surprised everyone, but Iruka stopped him in his tracks. Iruka said to Naruto, class is not over, my boy. Naruto said, for me, it is already over. I am already marked absent in this class. So I am going to do something else. Iruka looked confused but still said, but we don't even know your name. Naruto replied in a mischievous tone, Naruto Uzumaki is my name, pranking is my game, sexy harem jutsu. Naruto transformed himself into a bunch of sexy girls. Iruka is unconscious with a heavy nose bleeding. Even his male students get nosebleeds after watching the naked bodies of curvy girls in their full glory. And when the cloud of smoke cleared in their class, Naruto was nowhere to be found. All the male students in Iruka are unconscious because of heavy nose bleeding. All that is left is nose-bleeding male students and girls who couldn't understand the current situation. They understood only one thing. Most of the boys are perverts in their class, even their Iruka-sensei. They believe the new boy was Naruto because except him, nobody could pull off such shameless jutsu in their class. Iruka became conscious after some time with his other male students. Iruka shouted in a loud voice, Naruto. Even from the Hokage Tower, Hiruzen can hear Iruka's voice. Ding, hidden achievement. Knock out more than half of your class. Status. Completed. Rewards. X1000 the mythical dagger, forged from a big piece of meteor which fell on Earth. Naruto replied in a happy tone, my luck is great. Jane, what if someone tries to steal it from me? No, this cannot be stolen because it is produced by the system. Anyone who tries to take it forcefully will be cursed. Only you can give it willingly. Naruto said, that is great news, and what about my guild Ainz Ooal Gown? You can summon individuals from the guild, but to summon the great tomb of Nazarick you need a place where no one can disturb the citizens of Nazarick. Naruto thought in his mind, I cannot summon anyone from the tomb in the middle of this village. Everyone will freak out. Naruto starts to walk towards Ichiraku Ramen while thinking, and then he bumps into a lady. Naruto said, sorry, I was thinking something. The unknown lady said, such a sweet boy. Oh, you are an academy student, what are you doing here when your classes are still going on at Konoha Academy? Did your girlfriend dump you? Naruto replied, no, I don't even have a girlfriend in the first place. It's rude to ask about another's girlfriend without telling your name, lady. The lady said, I am Konoha's #1 super sexy Kunoichi Anko Mitarashi. What is your name, shorty? Naruto replied, it's Naruto Uzumaki for you. Believe it. Anko said, you are Konoha's #1 prankster. What did you do today? Naruto answered, small stuff, created another version of sexy jutsu, sexy harem jutsu, and knocked out almost all the male population in my class, even Iruka-sensei. After they marked me absent, hahaha. Anko was shocked by his proclamation of creating such a jutsu, and knocking his classmates with it. Anko in disbelief said, I do not believe that. Jutsu is one thing and knocking out your whole classmates is another. Naruto said, would you like to try my other version of sexy harem jutsu, even you will get knocked out by its power. Anko replied, another version of that perverted technique, dream on. Naruto in a mischievous tone said, it works only on perverted girls, hahe. You can bet on it. Anko immediately replied, 1000 ryo. Be sure to prepare your money in advance, boy. Naruto said, same goes for you. Reverse sexy harem jutsu. In place of Naruto now we can see dozens of naked guys in the cloud. Anko couldn't resist the pressure and passed out. Ladies who were passing by also fainted on the spot. Naruto woke up Anko and asked for his reward money. Before meeting Naruto she already spent more than half of her money on dango. She is broke. She saw the chance of easy money in this bet, so she agreed. But now she lost her kid. Denko said, "You see Naruto-kun, I don't have money right now. But I can pay you tomorrow." Naruto with a raised eyebrow replied, "Oh I see, it is like that. I have a proposition. I will eat in Ichiraku ramen, and you pay the bill for my lunch." Denko with a relieved tone said, "Deal." She thought, I got off easy. Denko said, "I will tell the Tuchi and Aim." Naruto said, "You have to tell them in front of me. Then you are free to go." Both of them walked together to the Ichiraku ramen stand. Denko loudly called, "Hey Aim-chan and Tuchi-san. Whatever Naruto will eat for his lunch is on me. I will pay the bill for him. So you can put it in my tab. I have to go to my department to interrogate a criminal in a few minutes." Aim in a suspicious tone asked, "Are you sure you want to pay for Naruto and especially ramen?" Denko immediately replied, "Yes sure." Tuchi asked for more confirmation, "Are you 100% sure it is in your tab Denko?" Denko with a nodding head said, "You're 100% sure." She thought, a small price for saving a lot of money. Naruto thanked her, "Thanks for the patronage." Denko replied, "You are welcome all the time. Bye, all of you." She thought, before he changes his mind let's run for it. Naruto said in a proud tone, "You heard her Tuchi Chichi. Put it on her tab." Aim said, "Why does she run away so quickly? Something is fishy. What do you want to eat for your lunch Naruto-kun?" Naruto answered, "As usual miso ramen. Let's start with 5 bowls haha." He is thinking, ramen. Aim nodded her head and said, "Yes sure." She looked at Naruto and thought in her mind, Naruto is too much happy today. Tuchi said in a happy tone, "You always bring a lot of money for me boy hahaha. She gonna scream when she hears how much you can eat." He thought, money. Naruto replied, "Yes sure." Aim came back with his food and said, "Here is your miso ramen, Naruto-kun." Naruto broke his earlier record of 21 ramen by adding 3 more bowls, making it for epic 24 bowls of ramen.